Hey everyone, from Amulet D20, it's Mass from BonkTable again. We got another exciting list for you. We got Michail, Grasevich, CityStates list, LBLN. I have no idea what that means or what that's supposed to stand for, but he is playing CityStates. He's got a Polemark Warlord. This has kind of gone back and forth in the CityStates community of which Warlord is better. Is it the Arista or is it the Polemark? The Polemark is going to have more, I guess, like presence on the battlefield compared to the Arista, while the Arista is going to just give you a nice smoother reinforcement curve with his supremacy. Polemark, always active. The regiment the character stand is attached to you, and the auxiliary stands get +1 clash. And Tenacious 1. In addition, friendly infantry within 10 of him. Reroll failed modified morale rules of 6. Or unmodified morale rules of 6. Sweet. And once he's on the battlefield, once per game before players roll for a priority, reveal the top card of your command stack. If that command card is the Polemark, the player may choose to automatically win the round's priority roll. So you got to reveal him, and then you're immediately gonna win the priority, and then you're gonna entourage into a unit. In his warband, he's got a 5 stance of Phalangites. One of those stands is the Sacred Band, so he hopefully has another unit of Sacred Band here to get the heals off. He does not. Oh, he's using them for the damage of their Cleave 2. And 5 attacks. Ooh. I'm being weird. But this is a good anvil. With the entourage move, you're getting that wall of pikes for Aura of Death. They got phalanx, they got pike formation. Hitting the phalangites usually doesn't work out too well. Usually stalls out a lot of impact attacks, a lot of clashes. But if they don't kill whatever's in them, they tend to get eaten because it's like, okay, well, I can now just inspire clash you, while before I just don't get the inspire from the charge from pike formation. His next regiment, Mimic Haspius. These guys are pretty solid. Silanoy for some shooting, and Hephaestion for the Cleave 3 and, Trident Strike and Crucible Fire. All these are great choices. Is there a second Silanoy unit? There is not. There is not. Okay. Does this get into War Chariots? It might. Paco's. What? Yeah, Paco's campaign. Okay. So Silanoy, they're good shooters. Like 120 for Barrage 4, Volley 2 with loose formation. They're great anti-shooters because of the loose formation, and they'll just do good enough damage, especially into a lot of things. They got the speed to move around and shoot and get in position. Hephaestion, are you the only heavy in the list? You are, by the looks of it, the only heavy. That's gonna be good for you because we know you're automatically coming on turn 3. The Hephaestion has proven himself like back and forth, just because of his offensive capabilities at Cleave 3, Terrifying 2, and then getting that Herald of the Forge God to do Trident Strike or just Aura of Death himself for more damage. Defensively, he is D3R4. He does have Harden 1, what does protect him from some of the Cleave. He is susceptible to Terrifying, however, and he is 16 wounds, so shooting's a bit of his weakness. Getting in a good hit with something that is Cleave 2 or greater, like maybe some Smite, will do some damage to him. He is March 7, though, so he's actually not... He's a good spot for speed as well. I do like him. He's gone down in points, so we should be seeing more of these guys, and we are right now. Next warband, we have the Apokos. No upgrades. Companion Cav. Companion Cav are much... they just got a free Brutal 1. They were already fantastic for 140 points. Their only weakness is that they were D2, Resolve 3 with Dread for their Wound 4. So they're very susceptible to shooting. But the Apokos was close the gap for the reroll. We'll get these guys into the proper position to do a bunch of damage. With the Brutal 1, you can just March Charge them into stuff. And then, hopefully that Dread keeps them alive and then, clash back. And then hopefully kill their target. They're going to be really good on a flank doing cleanup or getting into the sides of stuff and doing some damage. Companion Cav have never been bad, especially when they got from Clash 2 to Clash 3. I just, they're 140 points. They're a freaking steal. Take Companion Cav. That gets us into the Chariots. He's running he's not running one of each. He's running 2 Scorpioses. Sweet. Scorpios is my favorite chariot just because it's longer range. It might not do as many hits as the Flogging when it's up close, but it's going to be doing consistent damage, especially with Rapid Volley, doing more hits per every one you roll. shooting out of the flanks and getting the exposed flank roll where your opponent has to reroll defense rolls of 1. Chariots are just really effective. D3, R3, 10 wounds. They usually live on 1 or 2 wounds against something that's dedicated to kill them. They're usually harder to catch up with. Fire in advance, sadly, however, has changed. It is a forward motion. It's no longer a side to side or a backwards motion. So keeping these things safe is a little tougher. But if you can somehow get yourself skirting around the edge and shooting from the flanks into enemy regiments that are caught onto your Mint or Pastis or the Phalangites or, these Clockwork Hoplites, you should be doing really well. Lastly, we got the Mechanic, who has a modification. I have not seen the Mechanic played for quite a while. Now we'll go check out what a modification he has. He has the Alloy Gears, Clockwork Hoplite Regiments. His character is currently attached to get +1 to her March characteristic and the Double Time characteristic. Sweet. Clockwork Hoplites have also gone down to medium. It's really good. They don't take Resolve, Wound 5d3 with a shield to up to 4. They also lost Phalanx by the looks of it. So they're going to be quite fast. Getting up to speed 6 and double timing into stuff is going to be really good for them. They are sadly only Clash 2 though, but they are Cleave 1. So they do have some pluses and minuses there. They're going to be mostly used as an anvil. I do have to double check what this tactical fabrication does. They cannot be affected by battlefield orders unless a mechanic is currently attached to them. Okay, the mechanic is going to be attached to him because the only other part of his warband is the Promethean, who's going to be giving some buffs as he gets in. Pardon me. At 200 points, he's actually pretty decent for a stat line. Just baseline, same stat line as the Pestian. But he is a medium. He does also have Cleave 2 instead of Cleave 3. So overall, he's going to do some good work. What tends to happen, though, is he either gets shot up or stabbed and he kind of falls over and dies. Defense 3, Resolve 4 is a decent stat line for a monster, but it is not invincible and he will die. He still has to be careful. But if he gets in there, he should be doing some good work, especially on a charge clash. And getting the buff out to support the other guys. My only issue with this list is that I don't think it covers the table very well. It doesn't take up space very well. I think it's really condensed. Like he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's got 12 cards, but he's got 2 monsters and 2 chariots. That's not going to take up a ton of table space. So I could really see this being played as a declined flank style list where he's going to try and take over one side of the table. He might put like the Promethean or the Hephaestian with the Silanoy maybe, or with a chariot on one flank just to kind of tie up a zone and keep it contested, just so that he can stall out and push up with everything else. The Companion Cap should be doing good work. The Mentor Haspian should be doing good work. Silent Geist should be doing good work. My only thing I would say might need to see if they do good work is the Clockwork Hoplites, but they are supported by a Mechanist who has a bunch of spells. Let's just quickly go over his spells. I'm kind of curious here. Target friendly regiment, the automatic rule adds +1 to its clash. Okay, well there we go. Mechanic, +1 clash them to clash 3. Can they gain Inspire, or is it because of their Automa rule they cannot? I'll double check on that. Yes, they never receive the benefit of Inspire special rule. Since the special does not have Resolve. Yeah, so they can Inspire, so they need to go up to class 3 that way. Okay, that's good. Clockwork Parade. Target friendly regiment achieves control charge distance is March value +5, and that can be used on anybody and supersedes the Phalanx rule. That's really good. Iron Stride, ignore hindering. Torque, target friendly non-monster gains untouchable. It's reroll 6s. Them being D4, rerolling 6s. Clash 2, Cleave 1 Flurry. Clash 3, Cleave 1 Flurry, D4. Yeah, there's stuff in there. I like that. 5 stands of them. They're going to be annoying. They have the ability to fight their way out. Okay, they're good. They're good. Yeah. Decent list. I just think it's kind of condensed. They're not going to be all over the table, but if Michail plays his cards right, focuses on declined flank kind of playstyle, doesn't spread himself too thin, he should have enough support and enough power to punch through, take over zones, deal enough damage, hold on with his 2 anvils of the Clockwork Hoplites and the Phalangites, and win the game. I think he's going to do really solid. Let's see what the next list is.